What is going on, guys? It's Jay. Welcome to 2K with the Popboy. And we're here today to get these defensive settings right so we can make our AI teammates actually play smart on defense. But I hope y'all have enjoyed the series so far. I've gotten a lot of great feedback on the first 3 episodes, so thank you for that. So this is episode 4, and it's all about on-ball screens. That's right, pick and roll settings. We're getting into the really good stuff now. Okay, let's get it. Let me show you what I found out. The first setting we're going to take a look at here is the on-ball screen. Now first, we're just going to dispose of a couple options that we know we're not going to want to go with. Automatic, that's out. We know we're not going to want to do automatic for anything. Also, I'm going to come all the way over here to the right, and this ice setting, I'm going to chuck that out too. And I just never liked it as a concept. You're basically just handing the ball handler the baseline, and there's just too many players in the league who will just drain that most of the time. We can play a lot better defense on the screens than this. Okay, and I'm also going to chuck out the one next to it, switch. We don't want to get caught with matchup problems. That's going to leave 2 other options. Go over, go under. Now, in general, both of these are fine as concepts. You know, they both have their uses. So essentially what I was testing is how good the on-ball defender is at getting through the screen. First, we're going to take a look at the go under setting. The defender doesn't really do a good job of sort of picking up the ball handler again once he gets through the screen. And on top of that, there's just some dumb things that happen when you put it on this setting. I mean, look at this here. What is that? He's going the wrong way. I don't even know. Look at all that space. I don't even know what that is. And here too, why is he dropping? I don't know. He's just kind of floating off into nowhere, just dropping way the hell down there for no reason. I know you're trying to go under, but damn. And then eventually he just switches on to Taj Gibson for no reason, even though the other Gibson, the green Gibson on defense, is back there. Karl Anthony Towns is running all over the place because this, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's just retarded. It's brutal. I don't know. So I saw these kind of things happen quite a bit. The defender will just get like dazed, or he'll just drop way the hell down there, just float off into outer space. I don't know. And another terrible thing that happens on this setting is that the defenders will switch for no reason. I mean, look at this. Why would you just hand the offense a great mismatch like that? So as if we needed another reason to not go with under, there it is. So clearly, if you haven't figured it out by now, we're going to want to go with over. Okay, almost anything is better than all that crap we just saw. But let's take a look at how the AI defender does with going over the screen. As you can see, it's pretty phenomenal. I mean, it's pretty consistently they can get over the screens without much trouble. And you don't get any of that crap that you got with the go under setting. Okay, you don't have your defender floating off into space. You don't have him just kind of standing there dazed and confused. Okay, none of that. So we're definitely going to want to set it to go over. And it of course applies to this on-ball screen where the center is the one setting the screen too. Alright, so moving on to the hedge settings now. And these, unfortunately, guys, are just not as cut and dry. I mean, I would love nothing more than to come on here and tell y'all there's one setting that's great and you could just set it to that and forget about it, but I gotta be real with y'all. I can't lie to you. Okay, there's really no setting on here that the AI defense executes well consistently, but of course some of them are better than others, and on the bright side, I've tested these a ton, so I can tell you exactly what to look out for. I can definitely tell you the best way we can use them, along with some user help to consistently defend ball screens, pick and rolls. So let's go through these. Let me show y'all what I found out about these different settings, and then I can tell you exactly what our plan of attack is going to be. Okay, so of course we know we're going to chuck out automatic, and also the next one over, I'm going to chuck out no hedge as well. As you guys can see here, no. I mean, we need the guy guarding the screener to provide some help, so we can't have that. Next, I'm going to come over here to double. I'm going to be chucking this one out too. In general, I do think it is, overly aggressive and just not necessary most of the time, and it's definitely high risk, and most of the time the ball handler is able to just pass right out of it, or he'll be able to dribble through it because the hedge defender will over pursue, he'll overrun him and leave space for him to get right by him. And that, coincidentally, is one of the reasons I'm going to be chucking out hard hedge as well. Okay, and you guys can see what I'm talking about here. When you get that hedge defender to come up aggressively like this, a lot of times the AI will not do a good job with this. They will over pursue, they'll kind of overrun the ball handler. I mean, look at this, he's able to dribble right through it. So now he's going downhill, the offense has numbers, we're done. Just too easy for them to get through it. And a couple other things they fuck up on hard hedge too. As you can see, what is he doing? He's already, that's not how you do it. He's already showing his hand. He's giving up an easy, and I mean an easy slip opportunity. I mean, this is a slip all day, all night. And another thing I noticed that happened quite a bit on this hard hedge setting, it does result in a lot of blocking fouls on the hedge defender. And not to mention the fact that the hedge defender is just completely losing the roll man. I mean, if he doesn't get a blocking foul on there, look how far out of position he is. I mean, where the hell is the roll man? He doesn't know. So yeah, we're chucking hard hedge out, double out. We're chucking automatic out, of course. No hedge is out of there. And that basically is going to leave soft hedge and catch hedge. Now let's take a look at catch hedge first. Now I love this defense just in general, just as a concept. Now the whole point of it is to have the hedge defender sort of drop down and kind of play center field. So basically the hedge defender should be doing his best to guard two players at once for just a small window of time. Okay, just until the other defender can recover. Alright, so he's got to make sure the ball handler doesn't get by him. He's also got to keep track of the screener. Okay, so if the screener rolls, he's got to make sure the roll man doesn't get behind him, or if they run a pick and pop and his man is fading out there, he's got to keep track of him. Okay, you can't lose him, because once the other defender recovers, or if the pass is made out to his man, he's got to be ready to get on his horse and get out there and recover back out to his man. You want to kind of catch the ball handler in that gray area where he's not sure if you're going to commit to him and he should dump it off, or if you're going to lay off of him and he should pull up and shoot it, and you could get him to make some bad passes. And if it's run properly, you'll force the ball handler to take a lot of contested mid-range jumpers, which as a defense, we're never going to be mad at that. So I would love to go with this one. It'd be great if the AI could execute it consistently, but they can't. Okay, AI catch hedge defense is pretty easily exposed. Y'all see what I'm talking about here. Basically, the farther away the roll man gets from the ball handler, the worse this AI catch hedge defense is. Okay, so clearly this is totally exposed if there's any sort of pick and pop, a pick and fade, or if it's a pick and roll and the roll man just takes kind of a wide roll. His job is to play the center field, to try to contain the drive, but also not lose track of the roll man. And when they get far away like this, he won't do that. He'll either completely devote himself to stopping the drive and lose the roll man, or he'll completely focus on the screener and not give any help to the dribble drive. He should be coming over some to try to slow down the drive a little bit, but he needs to be ready to jump right back over to his man. But the whole point is you can't just completely disregard one or the other, and unfortunately the AI just does in these situations. And you don't see a lot of the stuff that you would normally see in a catch hedge defense. You know, the hedge defender sort of stunting at the ball handler, you know, kind of diving in and out, see if you can get him to make a bad pass, have your hands up, be ready to make the deflection, make him think you're going to commit to him, but you're really not. But at the very least, they need to be ready to pop back over to their man when the other defender recovers. They're just not. I mean, it was a good idea, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to just set it on catch hedge and forget about it. So that's going to leave us with the soft hedge setting. This is what we are going to want to set it on. This is definitely the lesser of all these evils here. But the good things about this one is it's not overly aggressive. It's not going to just hand the offense numbers, but it's still going to provide some help from the hedge defender. And the best thing about this setting that I found out through all my testing, I can confidently say that the AI, the CPU, actually knows what they're supposed to be doing on this soft hedge setting, and they at least try everything they can to do it, which is more than we can say for some of these other ones. I mean, take a look here. They do a pretty good job of executing a soft hedge, and you could definitely tell that the hedge defender is aware of his responsibilities. You can tell he knows he's supposed to give a soft hedge. He's supposed to be there to sort of bump the ball handler, to not let him turn the corner right away, give that defender who's guarding the ball handler a little more time to recover, but then quickly get back over to his man. So that's all good. The only problem with this setting, the only thing that happens too often, the two defenders involved in the pick and roll will get tangled up with each other. They're both trying to get back to their man, they're both trying to recover, and too often they will run right into each other. And by the time they get done fucking around and figure out how to get by each other, the ball handler or the roll man or both oftentimes are long gone. When this setting works, as you saw, it's great. But man, this is annoying. It's like, just fucking go around each other. Why are you trying to go right through each other? Why can't you figure out how to just run past each other or talk to each other? I don't know. But even with that considered, we're still going to want to set it on soft hedge, okay? Because the problems of these other ones are worse than that one. And as you can see here, I'm setting it for the center one too. Any center should be able to execute soft hedge just fine. And over here, you guys see this stay attached setting. It's designed to stop the pick and pop. So if you hit yes, obviously the hedge defender is going to stay attached to the screener no matter what. Now obviously, because he's staying attached to the screener, it's going to negate any hedge help. So that's why we're going to want to go with no on this, okay? We want our hedge defender to give some help on the dribble drive. Now there are a few very rare exceptions where I would go to the specific player and hit yes for just that player. Ryan Anderson is really the only one I could think of. Hey, someone like that who is a really big pick and pop threat and not any roll threat hardly at all. Alright, so now that we got these settings taken care of, I'm ready to give you guys my number one tip on defending the pick and roll, on defending the ball screens in 2K18. You ready for it? Try to control the hedge man if you can. Let the ball handler defender do a great job of going over the ball screen like the AI does. Let them do what they do well, and try to take all this crap out of your defense by controlling the hedge defender, okay? As you guys can see here, you can manually run these hedge defenses, and you're controlling the hedge defender so you can make him run around the ball handler defender without getting all tangled up, so you can run that soft hedge manually without that problem coming up. You can run a manual catch hedge, which is what you're seeing here, and you can actually make it work correctly. But again, set the setting to soft hedge. That's what the AI defense is best at, or that's what they suck the least at. And remember to go no for stay attached, except for that rare player like Ryan Anderson, and go over on these on-ball screen settings, because that's something the AI is actually great at. And then try to control the hedge man whenever you can. But comment below, okay? Let me know how it's going for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you found this helpful, you enjoyed the vid, please take a second, leave me a thumbs up down there. Really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much. I'll come through with the next episode real soon, and that will be the off-ball screens. So get ready, stay tuned for that. By the way, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe down below. Then you can hit your notifications on, and you'll know right when that next upload hits. Okay, I better get back to the salt mine. Till next time, Popboy out.